All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? Here, welcome to another ATS video. I'm FTG Full Tilt Gaming. Thanks for joining us for today's video. This is going to be a huge information-packed video all about the virtual Speditor. So, if you want to know how to assign your own loads and go where you want to, haul what you want to, and be able to have choice and be able to string loads together, do this on single player, multiplayer, ETS, ATS, literally any kind of load that you want to haul. Within reason, besides some of the modded stuff, it doesn't work the same. You just kind of got to be you got to take note of that. But also with this, it's really a really nice update to a program a lot of us kind of are already familiar with, especially if you're used to convoys and used to multiplayer and wanting to take your own trailers and cargo to your own places that you would like to visit, especially new DLCs and all this kind of other stuff going on. This is one good thing to have a program like this. So I'm going to break down exactly all the different things you can do with virtual Speditor, how to do them, and kind of just give you the ropes of how to use the program. This will be beneficial to some of my guys, as well as maybe some other people that have maybe heard of the program but don't have any clue what it is, or even just scared to even use any of this stuff. They call this save editing, safe profile editing. It's the same thing, but it's one of those deals where it's like super awesome, especially on multiplayer. You want to do a convoy, oh man, there's no load going to Wenatchee, man, I guess I'm gonna have to haul to, I don't know, maybe we'll just go to Hobbs and then yeah, that'll be fun. And then you're on two opposite sides of the map. You got no load going north, you need to, all you've got is everything going to the southwest or southeast. You're like, man, I just want to go north, I can find something there. Well, this program will allow you to literally assign a load from wherever you're at. Let's say LA, and you can get in that convoy. You can go from LA to Wenatchee or wherever it is that you're going, and it will assign a load in the freight market now, or your own trailer. You could take your own reefer up there or your own flatbed and haul it up to Wenatchee with the convoy and match and do all the other stuff, and then actually still carry cargo, still carry a load, and not just be bobtailing or having an extra trailer just kind of hanging off the back that doesn't have any cargo in it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We'll try to do some more info videos like these because I know people like them a lot. So inside, now you don't have to get it here. I'm just going to show you from my guys, especially down here. There's a section here in the new member area, Truckers MP Info. This basically has everything from our paint jobs for ETS, our paint skin pack for ATS, and exactly what our color combos are for this that we use. Also, we've got modded profiles in here and how to get you started on that. And right down here at the bottom is a little thing, this SESsoftware.com forum topic. After you click that, it's going to bring up your page here, and then it's going to have your virtual Speditor program. So this right here is called a job scheduler. Now there's no assumption that ATS works with it, but I just downloaded it anyway. I didn't even notice that there was no ATS numbers, but down here at the bottom is for 1.36. all right, so create sorry, not the map files, this one right here, version 2.11. as of right now, this is the most up to date. This could change by the time you're seeing this video, so if you're going to the same page, and as long as the updates stay on this link, then we should still be good. You should see 137, 138, and so forth when these things actually updates take place, and there's a necessity to actually update the program. Hopefully we'll find it right here. So let's go ahead. That's where you want to do. After you do that, it'll download into a RAR file. Unzip that. What you want to do, instead of unzipping that just in your main documents folder, you want to unzip that to a folder that says virtual Speditor program or something of that nature. Now mine right here, let's see, I've got it, I think I've got it, yeah, I've already got it, it's on my desktop. So when you actually get it, download it, extract it, I'm not going to go through that process because it's redundant and I've already done it a million times. I feel like you'll find this, so this PC desktop and then virtual Speditor. So inside of this virtual Speditor, it'll look like this. It'll have just a bunch of random language files, and then you'll see a bunch of text files down here, text documents. You may not know what all that is. Don't worry, you don't have to know what all of this is. So let's go ahead, let's double click virtual Speditor. All right, so we'll double click that and close this down, close Discord down, and let's slide this over. All right, so from this point, there's one thing that you really need to do, and that is you need to go into whatever the profile is that you would like to save. Or put these new numbers. Now this is our multiplayer profile, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to hit save the game right here. Best thing to always do is only have one actually named save, and I'll explain that once we go over to the Speditor. So once we go over here, the little simple program looks like this, and I can't zoom it in anymore. It's just this small. So the you got the little 3-dot box here. Go ahead and click that, and let's go ahead and let's assign where we're going to be looking for this. So let's start at the top. You can go American Truck Sim under your documents folder. Then you want to go down to this little arrow here, the chevron on profiles. And then what it's going to do, it'll look like this for you guys. You'll have 3 folders, or how many ever games you have saved. All right. So we're going to pick this 42656E. And we should have one number. That one number stands for that FTG Sped V edit, or the Sped V that you saw me save it under. That will be 1. If you have, let's say, 3 names under there, you will not see the names. You will see 3 different folder numbers: 1 folder, 2 folder, 3 folder. That's why I say it's always easier to have 1, because you know exactly which one it is. You don't have to play guesswork on this. So let's go ahead and let's load 1. So you see we've got profiles 42656E, save 1. We'll load it, and then we'll make sure that we can assimilate the profile loaded is the bin folder, which is my multiplayer modded profile folder. So we're going to keep it there. So we've already saved in game. Now here's where Sped V comes cool. You'll see that we have Sped V, sorry, the virtual Speditor. You'll see that we have Freight Market, and we also have Owned Trailer. I'm going to go through both of these. Freight Market really quick. Most people know this, but if you don't, I'm going to try to give you the 411 on all this without the video being too long and too talky, which can happen with me. It just does. It's okay, whatever. So we are in Kennewick right now. Now it's not always going to tell you exactly where it is. It'll say the last place that you went, or the last place you did do a load to. So let's just keep it at Kennewick because we're already here. That works out good for us. So we'll do the home store market. Sure, we'll go to Aberdeen. It looks like we're going Aberdeen. We're going down to the wood, the sawmill. And at this point, we can take pretty much anything we want that it allows us to take. And you see, it also only gives us a couple of things that we can do. Now, curtain cider, you can actually do all. Let's do all, and that should, there we go. That allows us to do pretty much everything. So if we're going to go there, let's just go ahead and let's put a log loader. Now this is out of the forestry pack, and you can see right here, it's already got it on the 55. The 2 log loader there, yes. So that's on the 55L, the low boy. Urgency, leave it at 0. So we've got everything here. So okay, now everything's done. Here's the one thing I want to point out. Make sure, now ATS only has 1 map. If you want to use this in ETS, you've got a plethora of options. Now all these numbers stand for version numbers. So if you're using it with Pro Mods, and I think this is the Middle East pack 2.43, if you got Pro Mods and the Rust map version 2.0 and so forth, you can see where I'm going with this. Pro Mods 2.41, 2.41 in the Russia map, 2.4, and such and so forth. If you're only using Russia map 2.0, then you've got a map for this. So basically what he's doing is populating all of these cities and all these things in a text document, and then loading them into the program so that you'll have all of the cities, all of the companies, and all of the trailers, and the stuff that comes in and out of those depending on what you pick, all the different combinations, which is pretty cool. ATS, of course, unfortunately we only have 1 because we don't really have other mass supported maps within ATS, which sucks, but it's what it is. So just pick ATS 136, and then that's it. So now from this point you want to add cargo. What the add cargo does is adds us a cargo. Now you can actually do some more. I'm gonna show you. Now you can just do this and save it. Once we go back to our game, you'll see that we have a log loader from Kennewick to Aberdeen, and you can take that, deliver it, and then you will get the money, just like you found that in the freight market and it was like, oh sweet, that's a short little trip, I'll do that one. If you want to do more, this is the cool thing about the Speditor. You can say, now I can go from Aberdeen to Prim, and say, sure, we'll go down to the Walbert market, we'll take some fertilizer, and let's take it, you know what, let's take the fertilizer in a let's take it in a flatbed. All right, there we go. So with trailer definition, there is these flatbed single. We're taking that to Prim. Short ATS, everything's there. Let's add that cargo. All right, so now we're going from Prim. You see where I'm going with this. Santa Fe, cars big. Let's you know what, I feel like taking, let's take the, what about a heavy haul? How about no, not a Forder. I need to find something out of our heavy haul. Got a mulcher there. Let's see, there you go. Let's take the Terex, let's take that one down there. Now this is our heavy hauler, so let's take that down to Santa Fe. Let's add that cargo in there. Let's do one more. I feel like doing a 4-trip circuit today. So let's find, so we're going to go to Longview. Now you can pick anything you want to. I'm just picking this. just because it's easy for the video. So let's say I'm gonna take some logs, or actually, yeah, let's take some logs. Let's see, Santa Fe. What we got in here? Well, it'd be nice if I actually had a log place there. So we're going to the sawmill. So let's go ahead and pick up one more thing and let's take it down there. Let's take the sure. Why don't we take the log stacker? What else we got in forestry? Stumper. Let's take the stumper up there. And there's the stumper trailer right there on that 55L lowboy. So let's add that cargo. Okay. So now we've got log loaders from Kennewick to Aberdeen, Aberdeen to Prim, and then Prim to Santa Fe, and then Santa Fe to Longview. And that's what this window's got in it right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save it. So now we click save. Let's slide this off here and let's see if everything goes. Now what you do is go into your game and you click load game, and you want to click on that last save, click load. It'll load again. Now the key is you have to be in the city that you're saving it in. If you save it in Prim and then try to transfer to Kennewick, you'll lose all of your time. It'll all be done. The way that you know this has worked is when you load in, it does not give you the error that your truck has been parked to a safe place. Once the truck's been parked to a safe place, you know that something went wrong. Either you've picked a trailer that doesn't belong in a certain area, a certain load that doesn't come from a certain company. One of those two things is where it's at. So let's hit escape. Let's go to our job market, freight market. Let's go to Kennewick. Look at there. Oops, that's not the right one, is it? We're going Kennewick to, what is that, Aberdeen? So there it is. Log loader, Kennewick to Aberdeen. So there it is, 106,000 pounds. So our next one, actually, let me go ahead and let's do this so you guys know I'm not joshing you. All right, so there's that one. So our next one was from Aberdeen to Prim. So let's do Aberdeen. Now that'll be a long load. There it is, Aberdeen to Prim on a flatbed. So there's our fertilizer. So let's go on down to Prim, which is down here-ish. Now our next one, there's the T-Rex going to Santa Fe. So let's see, the T-Rex Prim to Santa Fe. There's that one. And so you can see that all of these, look at the offer expires 215 hours. So it means you got 215 game hours to get to Santa Fe and pick that load up. And so let's do Longview. Where is Longview? Longview's up here in Washington, isn't it? I can't remember where Longview is. Wait a minute, I might have to go back to Prim and figure out what that one is. Oh, it's been a while since I've had, oh, there it is, Prim, Santa Fe. It is Washington. All right, ooh, boy, it's gonna be a trip. So now we're going back from Santa Fe all the way back. So that'll be here towards the end. It should be. There it is. So the stumper from Santa Fe all the way up to Longview, and there you go. Oh, it's not, that's why it's not even active. So once you deliver there, you'll be in Longview. So that's an idea of what the freight market looks like. All right, so now let's go ahead, and I'm just going to save this where it's at. It's not, it shouldn't affect us. We're going to click save. Now here's the actually, you know what, let's do this. Let's do trailer manager. I'm gonna put just a simple reefer on here to prove how this works. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't have any cargo in place because we didn't pick anything up, but I do have a trailer active now. So let's go ahead, let's go back, and we'll save this one more time. All right, so now that we've established our freight market stuff, let's look at our own trailer. Now this is, it's a little bit trickier, so there's a couple things you got to remember starting out. For own trailer, you have to start out with the trailer not only active in this menu, but it also has to be attached in the game. After it's attached to your truck, then you can save the game, because the save game will tell Speditor, hey, he's got a 53-foot reefer already attached to the back. So let's go ahead and let's give him that, and we'll be good to go. So after you do that, you can now proceed as normal. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we've got, I know I've got the trailer is actually attached. Yeah, so you've got the trailer attached. So we'll escape out of this. We'll hit save. Whoops, not load. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Save, and then click that, click that. Yes, you want to override it. Yes, yes, yes. All right, now we'll go back over to Speditor. Now this is where you have to make sure that things are the way they are, because it can be a little different. So make sure you picked own trailer, make sure you're in the same profile, and you want to make sure even if you have Speditor up, Speditor always will work. You know, you don't have to close it down, reopen it, close it down, reopen it. Sometimes it'll tell you what it needs to do to make sure that a file can be saved. But let's go ahead and load it. Now you'll see that it's switched back to freight market, so it's preparing the data. It will load it in. Done. We're still in the bin profile, which is where we want to be. On trailer ATS 136. Now trailer selector, this right here will determine what kind of cargoes you get coming from your source and destination places. So make sure that whatever one you have, make sure that it's on the right one. All right, so all these are your default SES ones. So let's go ahead and pick a reefer. Now if you have another 53-foot reefer load, typically what I found is that the loads, as long as they're not a custom load, they work. So there's a custom reefer mod on the forums, and I've been able to get many a cargo loads on that trailer, but because in the definition it's actually a 53-foot reefer. That's what I pick on there. So there, depending on how you do it, you might need to, some of the mods you might have to kind of like mess with a little bit, but some of them will work. Flatbeds will work and that kind of thing. So just, you'll have to test. Some things do work, some things don't, but really only you can figure out what that is. Once you get in this, use some of the default SES. And I really use Speditor for my multiplayer, because everything works in multiplayer. It's all default, so you don't have anything to have to quote unquote test out. So let's go ahead, let's pick reefer. We are still in Kennewick, so let's go ahead and pick something. Let's take from the warehouse here, the Walmart, and sure, why not? Let's go to Grand Coulee, and let's take it down to the Tidbits Market. How about that? And let's pick up, I don't know, let's just pick out some ice cream. Sure, why not? And even it pulls into, now it does have a couple of options. So if you decide to do the 28, if you've got a 28-foot and you want to do that instead, I'm just going to pick the 53-foot reefer, because that's what we're in. After all of this stuff is in, you've got all this loaded in, instead of clicking add cargo, you cannot stack cargo jobs on top of one another. Speditor does not allow for that right now, but it even gives you the route from Kennewick to Grand Coulee, distance 384. Let's add and let's save. What you should see is file saved. If you have any other errors in here, it will tell you, like fill out all the information, or make sure that your truck and your trailer are attached, or that there's no one active. It'll tell you that, hey, something's wrong. You need to go back and check it out. So let me slide this. Actually, we'll just go here and let's reload this. Since we're in Kennewick, we shouldn't have any issues. So we will reload right here. We'll let her load back in. And you can see current job says ice cream, Kennewick to Grand Coulee. You see that at the bottom? That's kind of where you know you've done it right. Okay, so on the map, you'll notice, if you're looking down in your bottom right, I already have a little green flag by Walmart right now. Now here's the thing, if you decide to go over here to the job market, cargo, we'll pick Kennewick. Now if you're going to be looking for ice cream, and what I've found in some of these is you're maybe not going to find it sometimes. Now this one has some ice cream, but if you'll notice, it's not going to Grand Coulee. It's going elsewhere. It's not going to the same place, because this one's already considered picked up. Okay, so you should not even do this the same way, which is what's actually kind of nice about this. You don't have to go through all this again. So wherever you are in the city and you load that and file save it, it is automatically going to pull up and say, I've already got a cargo market job in progress, ice cream, Kennewick to Grand Coulee. It's already active. So all you literally have to do at this point is pick it up. Now for video's sake, I'm on a fast travel over here and pretend we're driving, going to the Walmart. Do not stop at this icon. Keep on trucking, because your load is already in the save and it's ready right here to be picked up. So as soon as you come back here, we'll just pretend we pulled back down here, you hit enter, it's loaded. So you don't have to do anything now. Now I've got all of that load of ice cream and it is ready, it's sent, it's been loaded, and it is going on its way to Grand Coulee. And that's how you use Speditor in multiplayer. It's absolutely gorgeous. So whatever, wherever we're going in the convoy does not matter, because it's all set up right here in the Speditor. And that's why I say, like, these things are so cool and such great free tools for us to use for convoys and for everything else. And people come in, they're like, oh, I don't have a load. Hey, can you guys wait on me? I'm picking up a load, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This right here will completely eradicate all of that. And there should be no reason that anybody shows up in the convoy at 10 o'clock saying, I don't have a load, I'm just gonna bobtail it. This right here is exactly what you need to get you up and started on the next rate. And it's super easy, it's straightforward, but hopefully you got some tips in there. Just remember, freight market, you can actually strap a bunch of loads on top of one another. I think you can do up to 7. I'm not sure what the limit is. I've never tested 7+. I don't really know if it'll do that many, but you'd have to be able to do all of those in 215 game hours, because that's basically how much times it gives you to do that. So I usually do mine 2 or 3, and I'll do like a 1,000-mile trip and do like 2 stops. That's my favorite thing to do. So I'll pick like so let's go Seattle to LA, which would be roughly on the 1,000 miles or maybe a little bit more, and then I'll maybe make a stop in San Fran, and I maybe make a stop in Fresno or Bakersfield, and then I'll finish up in you know, in LA. So those are like some cool ways to do a full trip, and then I'll do a reverse trip, or I'll do something else to kind of get you the feel of how sometimes, you know, a contract truck driver, you know, sometimes how that'll be, where you make different trips on the way to a destination. But anyway, it's kind of, pilots kind of do the same thing sometimes, but anyway, this is kind of the same, the exactly what you need to know with Speditor. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave some questions if you want to know some features of this. Don't really ask for some like support, because really everything that I know to tell you I've put in this video, and I don't really know. Some people work really well with Speditor, some people just don't really ever really get it to work right, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's a computer issue and a permissions issue. Like, I really don't know why it doesn't work for some people, and some people just have a terrible time with actually getting any of this to work, which is a shame. I don't exactly know what's wrong with it, you know, because everybody's PC is different. So if you have, you know, a lot of like virusware and a lot of this protection and stuff that some of these computers would come with nowadays, the main thing for all that is you don't need all of that. I have very basic virus protection, because I'm not doing stuff on this computer and in places that I shouldn't be, that's going to get myself in trouble. So if you do the same thing, generally speaking, you should not have any issues at all as well. But no, that's my case and not necessarily someone else's. So everybody's entitled to their own amount of virus protection, but anyway, this is how the Speditor works for me, and you guys have actually seen it work like that. So anyway, I hope it works for you. I hope that you guys use the tool. I hope that you enjoy the tool, and don't be a tool yourself. I'm just kidding, I had to say that. All right, that's gonna be it for me. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll hopefully be here very soon. We'll be able to use this in our next convoy, which will be on Saturdays, Saturday evenings. But until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video. We'll see you guys. Have a good one, enjoying the virtual Speditor. We'll see you guys. Peace.